Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Degenerates podcast. Hey, it's Mike and Tony here. We gotta go now. We're going to go do a podcast, and we're doing it with you, so come and watch. We're gonna do a good job. Awesome.
Hello.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 16 of the Degenerates podcast. And today, we're going to get a little bit Canadian and a little bit political. If you don't like those things, then keep listening, because you'll like this.
What the fuck? Yeah. Canadian.
Maybe.
So. Well, okay. The only things I really know about are the scandals with Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, like the Inklavalin thing.
Yeah, the SNC Lavalin thing.
Oh, I thought it was an L for some reason. Sinklavalin.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so.
Yeah, all I know about that was at work, my coworker who doesn't work with me anymore would always tell me about the politics, and he was telling me all about how there was some business or corporation that was Justin Trudeau was trying to pay the court judge to let them off on some charges, and then the judge was like, no, I'm not going to do that, and then it became a big scandal, and 4 people quit or something.
Oh my god.
Over it.
Yeah, quit in quotations.
Well, I think a couple of them did quit at least. I remember back when it happened. I don't know. I only heard about 2 of them, and it sounded like they quit. It sounded like they were saying that they were very displeased. But I didn't.
Yeah, because they were doing something illegal.
And honestly, if they quit, then that looks worse on the Liberal Party than if they got fired, because
exactly,
it means that their own people are turning against them within their own party.
yeah. Let me just see something. Federal election 2019. Protester arrested after throwing egg at Justin Trudeau. Someone threw a fucking egg at him.
Why?
Oh, I don't know.
Why would you throw an egg at someone? At anybody?
Because it's funny.
Yeah, but it doesn't really get any point across other than, oh, now I'm covered in egg and I don't like you.
Oh my god. It didn't even hit him.
Oh. Wait, why did he get in trouble then?
Because he threw an egg?
So?
Wait a second, who is this? Because I'm watching a video right now.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know, dude. Anyways, that's kind of funny.
Yeah. What else do you see on the news there?
Just Justin Trudeau's blackface stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How much did feminist Trudeau move the needle on gender equality?
How much did he?
Let's look and find out. I don't care about the voice from his face.
You don't care about it?
I don't care about his voice. Maybe I will care about his voice because it's.
Well, yeah, because it's important to see if he's actually held up his promises and stuff that he said he'd do. And I know there's some things he hasn't. But then every politician will have a couple things that they don't do that they promised.
Oh, wait a second. Is this? Yeah, so basically he pronounces himself as a feminist. He made his cabinet half women.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Because I remember Blue Collar was he thought that it might be if you were trying to make like force equality like that, then you might get less qualified people, is what he was saying.
That is actually, yep, that is my argument as well.
Yeah, there might be a better way to get equality that's more organic, and it would probably be just through better education, I guess. That's usually what I say.
Better education. Women and men have the same education.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's just natural propensities towards different things.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
But by better education, I mean that women should have better education than men.
What? I mean, they pretty much do already. Like, I'm not even joking. There are more women in university than men.
Yeah, there are. I saw a video where they talked about it.
Women also do better in school than men do, than boys.
Did you hear about there was some company that when they do like equality checks once a year, just to make sure that they're paying the men as much as they're paying the women. They're paying the women as much as they're paying the men, sorry. But they found, like, at the beginning of this year when they did it, they found that women were actually getting paid way more than men. And then they had to fire a bunch of women in order to get the equality back down.
That's stupid. Oh my god. The person who should be making the money are the most qualified. That's it. That's all the factors that need to be considered. If the women are doing a better job than men, give them more money. It's as simple as that. It's not hard.
Yeah.
Same thing with men, though. Same thing the other way around, though.
Yeah. Well, that's what they're asking for. Is like equality for both sexes.
Honestly, I would have thought that they wouldn't even do anything about it. They would be like, "Oh, okay, it's fine now. Everything's good."
No, they are serious about. Yeah, they fired people because they're serious about their equality. Men and women are completely equal.
No, we're fundamentally different. Like, we're the same species and all that. But different biological factors play into how we live our lives.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I know.
But,
I know you agree with it, because you're actually a reasonable human being.
But I could also, I think that also, like equality on like an emotional level, not a biological level, I think is more that's more reasonable.
What do you mean on an emotional level?
Well, like just feeling like you're equal, I guess, instead of feeling like you're less than the other. 'Cause like the women do stuff too, and like we all. There's important reasons for both genders, and we all do important things, and so I think that the equality should it's more like how people feel, and I think a lot of women feel like they aren't equal, and I think that has a lot to do with the media and what the media is telling them about how they should feel. and I think that's a big problem.
Yeah, like the thing is, the moment you start telling people how they should feel, like the media's like, oh my god, look at all these amazing women in history, look at all, like they downplay the role of, men in history. I don't know where this thought is taking me. I forgot my point. But yeah.
Well, it's okay to, like, there were cool women in history, and a lot of them honestly haven't gotten the same recognition as men have in the past. But
oh no, yeah.
I think that yeah, I'm not sure where to go with that thought.
No. See, this is a weird topic to think about, especially because it's so new.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the newest thing ever. Not really.
No.
But you know what I'm saying. It's pretty new. Like women only started like actually working like World War II or some shit.
Well, they
like
probably...
they've been working for a long time, but this is like the newest. They work with men and make their own money.
Yeah. I was gonna say though, when any big war happened and the men went out, the women would probably have to do all the work.
Mm-hmm.
But World War II was probably it's the first time that we really talk about, because I think after World War II a lot of people no, that doesn't make any sense. A lot of yeah, I'm not sure. I think that after World War II there was a lot of movements. Actually, there was like a whole bunch of social movements, and it might have made women see that maybe they could be doing better than they are when the men are around, like cuz yeah, I don't know.
Who knows, dude? But yeah,
who knows?
How about, so this is supposed to be a politics episode, and we've spent the majority of time talking about gender.
Well, it's a political issue.
It is a political issue. Yeah, I guess we did start with Justin Trudeau making his cabinet. On a side note, Jagmeet Singh wants to make his cabinet mixed member, proportionally mixed member. So, I think, is he doing it by race?
Oh, that, yeah, I don't know. He can, that's, NDP, you said?
Yeah, NDP.
I don't think that they're gonna win, but,
I don't think that they're gonna win either.
If they do, I can't stop them with the whatever, however they're gonna make their races. No, but it's the same
thing of what Justin Trudeau did.
Yeah, it's the same thing except different, because it's not about gender, it's about race.
Yeah, but it still has the same effect.
Yeah, still the same principle.
Mm-hmm. Let me look up the pre-polls. I don't even know what the Canada poll tracker. Here we go. What the fuck?
Is Justin Trudeau winning?
It's pretty much a tie between Conservatives and Liberals.
Oh
shit! People's Party of Canada. Hey, it's actually there. 2.7%. What's BQ?
Yeah, the People's Party of Canada. I was reading about them, and they aren't even. They have like no seats in government because they're pretty new, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So is this their first election?
Yep, I'm pretty much certain that it is their first election. Oh, so the Liberals are winning in the pre-polls. The seat projection. So it's going to be more Liberals in seats than Conservatives.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Trudeau is going to win, honestly.
If that happens, it's not going to be good. Because Justin Trudeau has proven himself to be a bad leader. He's lied, participated in various scandals. He's a hypocrite. And he's bad with money. The Liberal Party's really bad with money.
Yeah. Well. That's the Liberal Party is always they always spend a lot of money on stuff.
The budget will balance itself.
And then the Conservatives have to clean that up. But then the Conservatives, by cleaning it up, they get rid of a bunch of they have to cut a bunch of stuff, and then people don't like that, so then they vote Liberal again, and it just goes back and forth and back and forth.
But yeah, the pendulum, if it doesn't swing soon, there's going to be a lot of pushback.
Yeah. The only, because I think that a lot of people won't think about any of the stuff that Justin Trudeau's done, and the only thing that they'll think about is this is the party that I agree with most, and that's why they would vote for him. And I think that there's a divide among a lot of right-wing people right now, and that's one reason I think that people are going to vote for third parties on the right a lot more than they will on the left, and that'll take votes away from Andrew Scheer, and that's why I think Justin Trudeau is going to win.
We'll get a minority government, which will in turn limit the Liberal power, so that they can't do stupid shit, as they can't do as much stupid shit.
Yeah, because their goal, the Liberals' goal right now, is to keep the majority. Is what I was reading about.
36% probability the Liberals winning a majority. 28%.
That's pretty high. That's pretty high.
That is really high. Probability of. But here's the thing: Conservatives don't participate in pre-polls because they actually have jobs.
The polls are just over the phone. I've been polled I was polled just last week because I got a phone call asking me about so it can happen anytime. It's just a phone call.
Yeah, I don't. Here, let's actually look this up. Do conservatives participate in pre-polls?
If they don't, then it's because they're not picking up their phones.
Yeah.
It's not because they're too busy normally. It's like a 20-second call.
20 seconds?
Well, it wasn't 20 seconds. It was probably 40 seconds.
Would they answer the phone to some unknown number? Is there a difference between liberals and conservatives in that regard? I don't know.
Maybe.
10% probability of conservatives winning a majority, and as you said, 26% probability of conservatives winning the most seats, but not a majority. So different parties, and also the People's Party of Canada, Green Party. I don't know what the BQ party is. BQ.
The what party?
The BQ. Bloc
Québécois.
The
Bloc Québécois. That's Bloc Québécois.
Yeah. Quebec nationalism. Quebec sovereignty.
Yeah, I'll vote for them. I'll vote for Quebec to be the prime minister.
Wait, but what do they even do?
They're Quebec nationalists.
They just want Quebec to be their own country.
Quebec master race.
Maxime Bernier was part of them.
Oh, he was?
Yeah. I believe so. He was related to something along those lines. But yeah.
So a vote for the People's Party is a vote for Quebec.
I mean, maybe indirectly, but I think, a vote for the People's Party is a vote for Canada. How about we say that?
It's a vote for people.
It's a vote for people to exist. Yeah. I think that because I actually watched some of Maxime Bernier's like interviews with like Gad Sad. I fucking love that guy. He's amazing. But yeah, he just says, vote for what you believe in. Well, I think he realizes that they're not going to win a majority, but he 100% wants to get them in a position right now where they are at least in the political climate and they aren't like swept aside.
So he's just getting his foot in the door?
Pretty much, yeah. Like that. Yeah. Like that's why he's doing all these talks and like interviews and stuff. Whereas Justin Trudeau hasn't been doing a whole lot of that.
Well, Justin Trudeau doesn't have to do that. He's a prime minister, but it would help. It would help his.
It would help, and B.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think you just want. I can't say, but I think that has something to do with all these scandals being like told him, and like him having no response for those.
Yeah. He probably doesn't want to answer questions about all that stuff.
I mean, I wouldn't either.
Well, yeah, and that's also something. I watched Bill Maher's interview with Ben Shapiro last night, and Bill Maher says right at the beginning that he really likes when conservatives come on his show because it shows him that conservatives have balls when liberals don't have the balls to go on a show that has a completely different viewpoint than them. Because like the audience is all against the guest, but a lot more conservatives are more likely to go on a show where the people have different political views than a liberal would.
Yeah. Probably partially because. Wait, that's stupid. I was going to say partially because conservatives are a little bit more confrontational. Which may be true.
Mm-hmm.
But now I think about it, liberals can be pretty loud as well.
Well, liberals can be loud, but the way that they're loud, it's more like they don't confront personally. They right. Like shout stuff from the rooftops and stuff, like far away from the other person.
Yeah, like in swarms.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just fucking hope that parties just don't become majority. I hope that we can have like we can start having actual dialogue instead of having, one party rule over every aspect. Because we need a dialogue. Currently, conservatives, liberals don't really listen to each other at all.
Yeah. And there was something that I remember learning about in school, and I feel like it was like a type of voting system that they've tried in other countries where they have more than two parties, and it seems to actually work a lot better and make the people a lot happier. It's basically like tiered voting, where all of the names of the parties would be on the sheet, and then you'd have to mark how much you agree with each party on a scale from 1 to 10, and then they'd do the voting that way, instead of just having you vote for one party. And I was thinking
that way
about,
you can get like the most agreed with party and the least agreed with party.
Yeah,
that'd actually be good for data collection too.
There's a lot of good things about it, I think. But I think that it might be hard to implement here just because the way it's all set up. It's made so that
Yeah.
it's hard to
Also,
change the
and
voting
also
system.
people would have to educate themselves on more than one party.
Yeah.
Which would be good, but there's a lot of people, and we're pretty busy. Yeah. But still, this is a big thing. This is a big topic, big issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's almost like Canadians don't even care. Don't even care.
Well, it seems like for a lot of Canadians probably that their vote doesn't really matter, which is kind of true.
Yeah.
And I think that's one reason why I think that tiered voting system would be a lot better, because I feel like people's voices would matter a lot more. Because the way it's set up, you have to vote conservative or liberal, or else it's a wasted vote. And a lot of people don't agree with conservative or liberal the way that they do things.
The thing is, if you vote for not one of those parties, and a lot of people agree with you, then those little parties can, get a minority seat, and they can be part of the dialogue, and they can work their way up. Like, this should be a long-term thing. It's not like a one and done. Because we have to think about how our votes will affect the future, not just how it will affect right here now.
Yeah.
So getting the People's Party out of getting their feet wet, that would allow for them to have actual discussion and dialogue and get their ideas out there.
I never really thought of it that way. So you're saying, like, get a couple seats at least for your party if you really believe in it, vote for them, and then they'll have a couple seats.
What did you just say?
I said if you like a small party, then vote for them, because they might get like 1 or 2 seats in Parliament, and then they'll be part of the discussion too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because having a majority government is kind of retarded. Because then all the other parties do nothing.
Well, if that's what the people vote for, if that's what they want, and it's overwhelmingly for one party, then it probably means that a lot of those people want the change, like, right away.
Yeah, but then they end up in an echo chamber. Especially since if we get liberals twice in a row, that's when it becomes super echo chamber. And it's just like, okay, fucking gender equality, race equality, more immigration. People kind. People kind. Jesus Christ. But yeah.
Yeah.
Conservatives have the highest poll average. I don't know what a poll average is. I don't know if that's like right now or if that's in total.
Well, it says that they actually do the polls more.
They're
aggregated?
Yep. Aggregation uses all publicly available polling data of deciding and leaning voters, weighing them by 3 factors: the date of the poll, the sample size, and the pollster's track record. The arrows show how the average has changed since the last update. A list of polls included in the aggregation can be found at the bottom of the poll tracker. So basically, conservatives are up 0.2%, liberals are down 0.2%.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, conservatives 34.1%, liberals 33.5%.
Yeah. Well, we've been recording for half an hour.
Yep, I think it's probably about time.
Yeah, but first, I do want to talk about something that isn't Canadian politics, but it's American politics. Did you hear that Nancy Pelosi put forward she's going to try to impeach Donald Trump, like, officially?
I don't know.
She put forward a motion to impeach Donald Trump this week.
Did she put forward a motion to impeach Donald? Oh, a motion, not emotion. Okay.
Yeah, not a motion, a motion.
What's going on with that?
A couple weeks ago, there was a whistleblower, and who I guess was high up in the White House, and he talked about a whole bunch of corruption and stuff that was going on in the White House, which we had heard about before. But the difference with this whistleblower is that he was willing to, like, go to court and stuff over it, and so they're using all this, and he had a lot more information. We still don't know who the whistleblower is, I think, but I think next week, once they go to court, I think we'll know. And if that's I think that's happening next week. But
what does impeach mean?
It's when a sitting president can't be charged for crimes and stuff. So if a president commits a crime, then they have to be impeached in order to be tried for it. And impeachment is basically where they just they forcibly stop them from being president. They forcibly make them step down from being president.
Okay. I wonder what all this stuff is about. Then I wonder what is the alleged corruption. It's probably a bunch of different things.
Yeah, probably. I didn't read too much about it. I just saw some YouTube videos last night, and I was like, "Whoa!" I didn't know that was happening. But it said that there was just corruption. That it boiled it down to that, but there was obviously more stuff going on.
Okay. Weird. Just coming out with it now?
With the information?
I guess.
Yeah. Well, they were working with Donald Trump before, apparently. So they wouldn't release it while they were still working with him.
All right. I guess I wouldn't want my boss to. I guess I wouldn't want my revenue to be gone because I got my boss fired.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's the end.
Yeah.
That's the end of this episode of the Degenerates podcast, the politics episode. Episode 16. Wow. Every episode 16 of every podcast should be the political episode. I think that was when Joe Rogan started talking about politics, was on episode 16 of the Joe Rogan experience.
Was it actually?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'm assuming that it was probably it's probably like the first one.
Yeah, probably. The first episode. If you watch footage from the first episode of the Joe Rogan experience, it's so much different. He's just recording it in his bedroom. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have the big studio. It's just him, a shitty camera in his bedroom talking to some people.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see how far it's gone.
He has like so many fucking podcasts.
Yeah.
Like, what is it now? Like almost 3,000?
1,000? Like, it's over 1,300, I think.
I've been looking.
He's been doing this for like 15 years, though. I think something
15
like that.
15 years.
The first episode came out like 2004, 2005, or something.
Jesus. Wait a second. I swear to God, he was over 2,000. Oh shit, he did one with the Black Keys. Holy shit, I fucking love that band.
Joe Rogan also, he did Fear Factor.
Rob Zombie, oh my god, he has so many. Bill Burr, comedian. Neil deGrasse Tyson again. Holy shit, he does so many awesome people.
Yeah, he does.
Jim Gaffigan. I don't even know who that is. Sounds like a comedian. But yeah, holy shit, that's awesome. I like it when he interviews science people, because science people are pretty cool.
I liked it when he was interviewing. He had a whole bunch of really big political people on there recently, like a bunch of leaders of political parties in America and stuff. Like he had Bernie Sanders.
Yeah,
and he had I think he had Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on there too. Although she's not a leader, but she's looking to be when she's old enough.
Wait, how old do you have to be?
You have to be like 35, I think, and she's
fuck?
like
Why?
30. She's because if you're not over 35, then you don't have the life experience to be president.
All right, sure. Whatever, fine. Guess I'm not going to be president.
It's still really hard to become president even after you're 35. Like, you generally won't be able to be president till you're like 50 or 60 because people won't vote for you if you're that young.
Yeah. Unless you appeal to all the Zoomers. Whoa! Fucking, you guys want Capri Sun? That's what I would be like. But yeah.
Yeah, now for real, let's sign off. Yeah. This has been Mike and Tony.
This is the last podcast ever that we're ever going to do, by the way.
That anybody's ever going to do. Once this goes out, there will be no more podcasts.
No more. We're shutting it down. We're going to impeach podcasts. All right. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for listening. Bye.